Hey, this is Brett Green with a bingo again. Hopefully you've had a chance to check out our friends at Intellify. Their website is intellify.nl for the Netherlands. If you haven't, go out there and check them out. If you have, what we're going to talk about today is using their brain demo interface to actually create an application and show transitions. I'm going to show you just how easy that is. To get to the brain demo interface, in the URL you would type in https:// and here it is, brain.intellify.nl. That's going to bring up a screen. It's going to ask you for an email and a password. So the demo email is demo@intellify.nl, which you can see I've already typed it in once before, and the password is demo. I'll log in. So what you see here are spots, and actually what I've done, I have two spots in my office. One is a tile, which you probably saw from a previous video or from their website. A tile has a spot with two additional antennas in it. It's quite large. It goes up in the ceiling. And I have a spot, which is a smaller one, also can go up in the ceiling or not. It doesn't really matter. But what you see here, I have these two in my office, and I'll show you which ones they are. 447 is my tile. 662 is my spot. And this is the last three digits of the serial number. That's how these are designated. If you notice over here, it says false and false for online, because I just unplugged them. These units run off of 802.3AF PoE, so it's really easy to use. So I'm going to plug them both in, and let's see what happens. So plug it in the tile and the spot. Okay, so both of them are plugged in. They boot up incredibly fast. I'm in South Carolina in the United States. This is hosted in Europe. And it's remarkable how quick these things come up. As you can see, spot 662 is now online, and 447 should be right behind it, and there it is. So, these are the spots. In order to configure them, you can just simply click on the Associated Actions button here. And these are the things that you can configure. Transmit power, hold time. Hold time is interesting. What hold time is if a tag happens to disappear or goes through a read cycle and it doesn't see it for that moment, hold time keeps it from going in and out, in and out, in and out. So what it says here is if I choose to use the hold time and I set it to a fixed value, I can do a fixed value or an automatic value. Either one works. If I choose a fixed value, what this would say here is that if I see a tag, I'm going to wait 10 seconds before I make a determination if it's gone or not. So if I see a tag and it disappears for just a second and it comes back in, I'm not going to get an event for that. If it goes away for 10 seconds, I will. So we have regional information, channel information. If you notice how they did a great job with the help here, when you arrow over these items, you get the help screen. We have min and max Q factors, so you can manually set a minimum and maximum Q factor, or you can leave them both set to minimum and maximum, which allows the reader to take care of that for you. We go down a little bit. Here's the aggregator piece. This is part of the magic of the brain. This is what allows the brain to collect all that statistical information and make those determinations of which location that tag is really in. So if you have a tag that can be seen by a couple of readers, this is the part, that information is the part that's going to make it be able to discern, is it closer to this one or this one. RFID proximity is great. These numbers are divided by, or RSSI values divided by 10. So what this says is we consider an immediate level really, really close to the antenna. So at minus 55 or better, we're going to consider that immediate. We're going to consider it near the antenna at minus 65 to minus 55, and then anything over that is going to be considered far. The hysteresis is the little fudge values that are going to be in between each one of those, and you can see there in the help, and then the window size. Bluetooth has very, very similar ones, so we can set all this stuff up. Our transmit power is set to 20 dBm, so it's great for my office. I'm going to hit apply here. and it says configuration saved. So I can go back up to the top. We can look at live presences. Again, I've got both of these sitting in my office. The tags that you see here on the screen are all the tags out of all the readers that are on currently in their demo pool. So I can use a filter, and I can filter on a location. For instance, I can say spot 447, which is actually the tile in my office. And you can see all the tags here that are actually located in my office. Or I could say spot 662, which is the tile, the spot in my office. So works great. I can also filter on individual items if I want to. And I can filter on proximity or technology. Remember, these can do BLE and iBeacon as well as EPC Gen 2, so you could filter on that as well. So let's set up the application. If I go over and click on Apps and Item Editor, what we want to do is go out and find some items and assign them to an item set. So the first thing I'm going to do is create an item set, and that's down here at the bottom, create item set. I'm going to call it Brett's item set, and I'll save that. So now that should be at the top or in here somewhere. There it is, Brett's item set. Okay. So now let's go out and find some items and add to them. I have 3 tags. One starts with A1, one starts with B2, one starts with C3. And the rest are 0. So let's go out and find those on a search. I'll type in A1. And search here. Oh, there it is. So I can edit that and give it a name. I'll call it A1. And then I can add it to Brett's item set. All right, so that's one tag in there. Let's go out and look for B2. There it is. I'm going to edit that one. I'm going to give it a name, B2. Save. Add it to, oops, Brett's item set. All right, and the last one, C3. Search. There it is. Edit it. Give it a name. C3. Save. And add it to Brett's item set. All right, so Brett's item set now has 3 tags in it. So the next thing we want to do is go out and create locations. So I can use the location editor for that. Remember, this is incredibly fast. I'm in the United States, and this is hosted in Europe. So I'm going to create a new location. I'm going to call it Brett's Tile. And create location. And I'll create another one and call it Brett's Spot. And create location. So I know that these are the antennas that are associated with my tile. So I can choose to put them all in there, or one in there, or combinations however I want to. So it's very easy to do. I'm going to drag this over here to Brett's tile and drop it in. As you can see, these will get updated. I'll just go ahead and put them all in under Brett's tile. And remember, these antennas are dual linear, so the 3 elements that you see each have 2 antennas in them. That's why there's 6. Okay, so I've got 3 more to go here. There's BLE and then the 2 dual linear antennas associated with my spot. So I'll go ahead and drag those up here to Brett's spot. All right. So now I have locations already associated. I've got Brett's spot and Brett's tile, 2 completely different readers. So now we can go over to the live tracker and set up a scenario. We go to settings. We're going to use Brett's item set. We're going to add locations for Brett's spot and Brett's tile and hit save. Bam! you can see the 3 tags that I set up are sitting on my tile. So I'm going to grab those 3. They happen to be in bingo metal mount tags. I'm going to grab those off the tile. I'm going to move them over to the spot. And as you can see, ta-da, transition happens. So you could be doing a demo for a customer, or maybe you're a customer listening to this right now. It's amazingly easy. This could be 2 different dock doors. It could be pinch points within a site, and all that's actually coming back is event data to this screen. So I can move this over. Actually, I'll just move 1 back over to the tile. So you can see that A1 is moved. So if I take C3 and it's on a fork truck and it's driving through the facility and moves to a new location. There you go. So that's just how easy it is to create a demo using the IntelliFi Brain. Check these guys out, intellify.nl. It's awesome stuff. This is Brett Green with the Bingo. Thank you.